We're starting this new thing, Thursdays Talks. It was an idea passed down to me by my mentor in the real estate game. She's been in the game for about 20 years now, she was telling me. And it's basically just to showcase our expertise in the field and to reach out to the community and see if you guys have any questions. What I want to do is I want to just talk about today's first guest, Josef Johnson. He's been in finance for 6 years, and he's with Movement Mortgage, and I connected with him as soon as I got my real estate license. I reached out to him, and we had a nice conversation, and we decided to move forward. I'm very confident in his ability in his field, and I'm excited to bring him on and just let him spread some knowledge and and answer any questions that you guys have. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring my man on, Josef Johnson.
Yeah, man. How you doing today? So far, so good, bro. Can't complain. Another day. You know how it is in real estate.
Oh yeah, man. I'm liking that polo, man. I like that.
Exactly.
So yeah, man. So like I said, I introduced you and everything. So first question, obviously, is a lot of people ask is, what is the minimum credit score that I need to purchase a home? I'm sure you get that question all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, so kind of expand on that and, let them know, what the minimum credit score is and what type of interest rate they'll be looking at when they come in with a credit score like that.
All right, cool. So yeah, again, thank you for having me, bro. It's a pleasure to be on here. I love educating our people because, we don't know where to start. We weren't taught this in school. So whenever I get a chance to team up, with others to educate, I love doing that service. So,
yes, sir.
Like my man said, today we're discussing, minimum credit scores, and I get that question all day long. A lot of people don't know what they should aim for, what their goals should be. So I'm gonna break that down for you guys today. So it kind of depends on the loan programs. There are different loan programs, but I'm gonna just go on real quick just for each one. So the four main type of loan programs we have: conventional, FHA, VA, and USDA.
Yes, sir.
And the minimum credit score, I'll tell you the minimum credit scores, but I'll tell you what I recommend as a lender. So those are two different things. So let's start off with conventional. The minimum credit score for a conventional loan is a 620. Do I recommend a 620? Absolutely not. I would recommend aiming for a 680.
Okay.
So that's that loan. That's the loan for our stronger credit borrowers. Anything 680 and up, I would definitely go the conventional route. Now the other three loans, FHA, USDA, and VA, those you can actually go down to a 580, which is kind of surprising. So yes, you can get along with the 580. Will it make sense? Again, I don't recommend it. Interest rates change, fees change, and things like that. It just gets a little wonky with that. So those are the minimum credit scores, but for those three loans, I would recommend at least a 640.
Okay.
640, the interest rates looks much better than the interest rate for someone with a 580. So with those three loan programs, I would definitely shoot for that 640 score.
Okay. Like you were saying,
and just as
like you was saying, bro, the 580 and the 640, when they apply and you run their credit and everything, you see what they're working with, and they get approved. Kind of let them know what their interest rate would be coming in with the minimum for each type of loan. So
I ran a few of them today. So with VA, conventional USDA, with the 580, you're going to be looking at an interest rate in the low to mid fours, which is kind of bad in our market. Rates are at an all-time low because of coronavirus. But if you come in, if you just need to purchase a home with the 580, your score is going to be around that 4% range. Now, with that same loan program with a 640, you're looking at a whole point difference. You're going from a 4% to a 3% just by boosting up your credit a little bit. And that goes a long way.
Talk about
over the life of the loan. And I could give a quick example. I'm going to base those interest rates I gave you, 4% and 3%, off of a $150,000 property.
Yes, sir.
So for someone with a 580 at a 4% interest rate on a $150,000 home, over the life of the loan, that house is, you're going to end up paying $260,000 at the end of that term. So that is $111,000 in interest that you'll be paying on that loan with the 4% interest rate. Now that same exact scenario, but someone with a 640 and a 3% interest rate, you're only going to be paying $230. So it still sounds high, but that's a $30,000 difference, and $30,000 is a lot of money. I mean, that's, you know, a nice car, right? So it may not, you know. So if you're considering, hey, should I have a 580? Should I purchase now? I wouldn't recommend it. I would spend some time, you know, looking over your credit report, seeing what collections you can knock out, seeing what debts you can bring down, what balances you can work on to aim for that 640 or better. Of course, I always shoot for the higher the better, but if you just want to know where to start, I would shoot for a 640 score.
So that's a $30,000 difference, and all you're doing is just paying off a couple things that hitting on your credit, just have negative effects on your credit, or you could reach out to a service that can get some of those things removed. And it's not it's not going to cost you $30,000 to get it removed.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's going to cost you $30,000 if you're trying to purchase a home with that minimum credit score. So now, what I want to do is I want to talk about like a perfect credit score, you know, or just a good credit score, just from good to excellent. I want to talk about that range a little bit and kind of what the interest rates will be for that.
Yeah, so anything above that, so the, you know, interest rates goes in tiers. So you have your 580 to 6, you know, 6 to 640, you know, they go in ranges. So what I call pretty decent credit, or let's say great credit. So anything 720 and up, you're going to get pretty awesome rates. So for that same scenario, if you came to the table with that, honestly, you're probably looking at mid twos in that case, depending on the market, of course, and depending on the loan program. But again, in interest, that's thousands of dollars there on the same scenario.
So 720.
So
okay.
Yeah.
And right now, what are you seeing the most of as far as credit scores and interest rate wise?
Right now, for the market that you know, I assist first time home buyers. So I do get a lot of, you know, first time buyers that are, you know, a little challenged with their credit. It's not going to be perfect. But on average, on the daily, I get credit scores from 620s to 680s. So it kind of ranges. So we are in the mid threes for the most part right now. So
yeah. And are you when you're getting those first time home buyers, of course you have programs for specifically for first time home buyers.
Okay. And with those programs, that's another reason why I like to tell people to aim for a 640 score, because, you know, being a first-time home buyer, you don't have a lot of money saved up. A lot of us don't have a lot of money saved up to purchase our first home. But being a first-time buyer and having a 640 or better, we do have some programs out there that we can get down payment assistance that'll help towards your down payment for that home, and the rest can go to your closing costs. So that is a big advantage. Not having that down payment assistance, you're looking at probably 10,000, 7 to 10,000 or up, depending on the amount of the home. But being able to use that assistance goes a long way.
Let them know, you know, how to apply for that specific program, because a lot of people ask me about, you know, what do I do? How do I apply? Is it something through the application, that just a general application, or is it a program that they have to go through separate from your application?
So basically how it works is we have access to it as lenders. So basically you would want to get with myself. We would run application You want to go 3 or 5. Make sure you qualify for the program, and then that's where my company and myself will enroll you in that program.
Okay.
And basically, you know, you'll do a little course. I'm not sure, maybe it's an hour or something. You answer a few questions, you read a few, you know, a few modules, answer a few questions, and then boom, we have a certificate. We get your down payment assistance money, and then we're going to the closing table.
Okay.
So, but I would definitely, as some little advice, definitely do your due diligence. You know, look up down payment assistance, you know, Florida, and just read up on it. Read over the different programs that I mentioned. Look at credit scores. Look at your own credit report and see, you know, what you have and, you know, different things like that. Just to, you know, do your due diligence on your end, and then of course, if you're ready to move forward, you know, feel free to reach out to myself and Jamar here, and then we'll get you guys going, man. We're trying to make some homeowners out here.
Next, I'll have on a credit repair specialist, and you know they'll talk about different things they can get removed off your credit, how long it would take, and that's the first step. You know, if you have a 580 or a 620, you know, and you're trying to get these loans, your interest rate, like we talked about, is going to be much higher, and you're gonna, in the long run, you're gonna pay a lot more for a property. Whereas if you just get some of this stuff knocked off your credit, it's not going to cost you $30,000, but it will cost you $30,000 if you try to get in where you currently are right now. So, you know,
exactly.
That's the first step. You want to make sure your credit's right, and if your credit's right, go ahead. If like we were saying, if you have a 720, I was talking to some people who have 720 credit scores. So if you have a 720 credit score, reach out to my man Joseph, and you're looking to buy, and we can lock in a nice interest rate for you. Looking at about 2.5%, somewhere in there. So that's like I said, that's the first step. So next week, Thursday, I'm gonna have on a credit repair specialist, and they're gonna talk a little bit about, you know, what they do and different things they can get taken off and things like that. So you definitely want to catch the next video. I appreciate everybody for catching the live, man, and I want y'all to catch the next video Thursday, 7 p.m. sharp. So
right.
All right, bro. I'm gonna be talking to you, man. Take it easy, brother.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.